Hey guys, and welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about these questions. Question 14. A circle of radius x plus 6 centimeters has a circle of radius x cut out of it. It means we have a circle outside and a circle inside. Find and simplify an expression for the area of the original circle. تمام. We're going to find the area of the original circle. هذه أول حاجة. And then find x if the shaded area is 45 pi centimeter squared. So first, let's cover this place here. Focus on the steps. ضروري تركز على الsteps وتبدأ الأسئلة واحدة واحدة. يعني you start with A and then you do B, okay? Because A will help you to find B. Um, First, find and simplify expression of the area itself. نحن عارفين ان area equals what? Area of a circle equals pi r squared. يبقى first step I do it. I have to write this formula. نكتب pi r squared like this. Make this thick. So pi r squared is the area of the circle. تمام. نكتب r squared or r power of 2. هذا بالنسبة شنو؟ بالنسبة area of the circle. Now after writing the formula I'm gonna use the information that I have here. انا عارف ان الباي is 3.14 لكن هو الانسر اعطاني هذه بالباي. يعني no need to put 3.14. I just use it as it is like this. Now this one is x plus 6 معناها هذا هو R معناها حيقعد هو squared. تمام. معناها الاريا حتكون باي مضروبة في x plus 6. So it's gonna be pi like this times x plus 6 all squared. يعني I write it in brackets like this and I write x plus 6 and it's going to be squared because this is the radius. This is the radius of the circle and the radius is squared in the area. So pi r squared. That's the first step. Now I have to break down this or expand it to make it simple as possible. Okay. So this one means what? It means x plus 6 مضروبة في x plus 6. So x plus 6 times x plus 6. Okay. Now I do the expanding part. So I have to expand these two brackets. هنضرب الx في الx وبعدين نضربها في 6. And then I take the 6 multiplied by the x and multiply it by the 6. So let's do this part. So عندي هنا x squared, first one. And then x times 6 is going to be plus 6x here. And then 6 times x is going to be plus 6x. And then 6 times 6 is going to be positive 36. Now I take a look at the expression that I have. I notice that I have like terms اللي هن 6x plus 6x. I'm going to add them together. They're going to be 12x. So positive 12x. This one doesn't have any like terms, so I put it as it is. So positive 36. Same idea here. This one is going to be x squared or x power of 2 like this. Now I take the pi, the same, I put it here next to it. So it's going to be like this with brackets, of course. يعني حيكون عندي bracket هنا وbracket هنا. And the pi should be outside of the bracket like this. So the answer is pi bracket x squared plus 12x plus 36. And this is the area of the bigger circle. تمام. هذا بالنسبة للاريا للcircle الكبيرة. Okay. And this is the first part. So pi x squared plus 12x plus 36. Now, for question B, find x if the shaded area is 45 pi centimeter squared. So first, تعال نطلعوا الاريا of the shaded part. القانون بتاع الاريا of the shaded part أنا عشان حيكون الاريا of the bigger circle minus the area of the small circle. Minus the area of the small circle. يعني حتكون الاريا هذه كاملة minus like this the area of this one. What's the area of the small circle? اللي هي pi r squared والr هنا شنو؟ الr هنا x. ما حتكون pi x squared. يعني حتكون minus pi x squared. هنكتب pi like this, and then x squared, or x power of 2. Okay, this is the first step. يبقى هيك انا كتبت الرول بحيث نطلع الاريا of the shaded part. الاريا of the shaded part. Now هنا مضروبة في الباي وهنا مضروبة في الباي. It means I can take the pi as a common factor between them. So let's do it here. هناخذ الباي as a common factor outside of the shapes. Make a line. لما ناخذ الباي as a common factor outside يعني, and this idea is how, يعني هنا في الجروب هذه x مضروبة في البراكت هذا كله, سوري باي مضروبة في البراكت هذا كله, وباي مضروبة في هذا كله. معناها ناخذ الباي outside as a common factor, بعدين نفتح براكت inside ونكتب what I left in each group and the signs between them. تمام. بالنسبة للجروب هذه نكتبها كمية كاملة because this is what I left here, so x power of 2 plus 12x plus 12x plus 36. تمام. And then here minus شنو عقبنا هنا؟ عقبنا ال x power of 2, معناها هنكتب minus x power of 2 like this. And then I close the bracket. يبقى من جديد هذا طبعا steps of what? steps of factorizing. وحنحكوا على factorizing أكثر لوطة. تمام. We will talk about it and how we do it once we have stuffs like this. Okay. Now, as we said, خلينا pi as a common factor outside, and then we wrote this, and then minus, and then this, which is the x squared. Now I do the calculation and I simplify as much as possible. So here, and the x squared, or the minus x squared. So they will become 0 like this. They will be lost. تمام. So pi مضروبة في 12x plus 36. That's the final calculation that we have for the area of the shaded part. So pi times, or bracket, you can do it as bracket, 12x plus 36, and then close bracket like this. And what's that? This is the area of the shaded part. This is the area of the shaded part. تمام. That's the first step we did, finding the area of the shaded part. Now I'm going to use it in question B to answer the question. I know that the area of the shaded part is 45 pi. معناها this one equals 45 pi. Now I'm going to write it as an equation and then solve it. So I'm going to write it here. الاريا بتاع shaded part اللي هي pi. Follow the steps and you'll understand the idea. I know it's a little bit confusing, لكن شنو? Make sure that you follow the steps. So pi مضروبة في 12x plus 36 equals what? Equals 45 pi. Or the same idea, pi 45. Pi 45, like this. Let me write pi. And here, same idea as I did. Pi 45, like this. طبعا we'll notice what؟ طبعا احنا نطلع x ان هنا باي وهنا باي. لما يقعد عندي حاجة هنا مضروبة أو حاجة هنا مضروبة نفسها, it means I can remove them together like this. أو نشيل واحدة منهم اللي جهة الأخرى dividing ويعدل مع بعضهم as one. Same idea, same step. Let's do this, or نقدر نقوله, we can say that let's take this by, because it's multiplied, let's take it by dividing here. هيقعد عندي division, ولما ندير division, let's do the division line like this. And then we put the pi down here. وحولها من الجهة الأخرى. Remove it from here. خلاص. This pi with this pi will become 1. خلاص, they will be removed. بعدين يقعد عندي 12x plus 36 equals 45. So I'll follow this. So 12x plus 36 equal 45. Now I'm going to solve this. I'm going to take 36 to the other side by subtraction. So 12x equals 45 minus 36. Okay. So 12x will equal, when you subtract 45 minus 36, you'll get what? So use a calculator. 45 minus 36. It's going to be 9. Okay. And then we need to find x. It means we're going to remove the 12. ناخدوها للجهة الأخرى by dividing. Or divide both sides on 12. Same idea. So we're going to divide on 12 here. وهنا نحولها. تمام. Make sure that you remove it. Once you move it, you have to remove from the other side. So x equals 1 over 12. Now when you divide it, so x will equal 1.5. And that's the idea of this question. It's a little bit confusing. It has a lot of steps, but you have to focus on these questions because they are easy, but you need to focus on the steps. That's it. So first we found the area of the whole circle by r squared, and then we found the area of yes, let me check. Sorry. Supposed to be, let me see. So yes, after dividing 9 over 12, x will equal 0.75, not 1.5. Yes. Now let's move on to the next question. Here, same idea, but with different shapes. So here, a rectangle with length of 4x plus 5 and width of x plus 8 has 4 squares of side x centimeters cut out of its corners. So these are the corners. So this one is x times x, x times x, x times x, x times x. Find and simplify an expression for the area of the original rectangle, all of it, and then find x if the shaded area is 95.5. So same idea. Let's cover this first. Let's cover this here. So first, we're going to find an expression for the whole area, and then we're going to use it to find the length of x. Okay, so here, the area of the rectangle is what? The area of the rectangle is width times length. Yes, width times length. So this is the width, this is the length. It means I'm going to multiply them by each other and simplify it, okay? So first, let's do this. So we have two brackets. Focus on the expanding because it's very important. So 4x plus 5 multiplied by x plus 8. So these are the width and length. We're going to multiply them by each other to find the area of the rectangle. So we're going to follow the same steps of factorizing. First one times first one and second one. And then second one times first one and then second one. So 4x times x is going to be 4x power of 2. 4x power of 2. And then 4x times 8 is going to be positive 32x. Positive 32x. And then we finish with the first one. We start the second one. 5 times x is going to be 5x. And then 5 times 8 is going to be 40. Now we come to the simplifying part. هنديروا simplifying على expression. We notice that these are like terms. So we're going to add them together. So the final answer will be 4x power of 2. Like this. And then 32 plus 5 is going to be plus 37x, and then plus 40. And this is the final expression for the area of the rectangle. So focus on multiplying and expanding because it's very important. And if you have a single mistake, it will change the whole thing, okay? Now, this is the area of the rectangle. Question B, find x if the shaded area is 95.5 centimeters squared. So first, let's find the formula of the shaded area. So we notice that this one, the area of this part is x power of 2. X power of 2. لأن هي x times x. and we have 4 of it. So the x power 2, x power 2, x power 2, x power 2. So when we add them together, all of them, they will be 4x power of 2. يعني الارياز هذينا they're gonna be 4x power of 2 اللي هن شنو؟ the cut off area يعني اللي ينقصون هذينا حيقدم 4x power of 2. معناها حنقص 4x power of 2 من الاريا متاع rectangle كلها. يعني حنقول له minus 4x power of 2 لأننا نبي الاريا of the shaded part. تمام. لما نجي ننقصها from the expression here هنلاحظ ان هذه 4x power of 2 هتمشي مع 4x power of 2 because one of them is positive the other one is negative. Now this is the area of the shaded part اللي هي 37x plus 40. Okay, so I'm going to write it here. So the shaded part will be 37x plus 40. What did they tell me here? They told me that the shaded area is 95.5. Now I'm going to say it equals to 95.5, like this. And then I will start solving to find x. So first step, I'm going to take the 40 to the other side by subtraction. So 95.5 minus 40. And then 37 will equal, 37x will equal. So 95.5 minus 40. Let's do this here. 95.5 minus 40. And the answer is 55.5. Now, last step, I'm going to divide by 37 or take 37 by division. Whatever step you like to do, it will give you the same answer. So take it by division. So x will equal 55.5 divide 37. So 55.5 divide 7.5 divide 37, I'm sorry. It's going to be, yes, 1.5. So x equals 1.5 centimeters. And this is how you answer a question like this. يبقى من جديد, what did we do? We found the area of the rectangle by multiplying these two brackets. We simplified it. We found the area of the cut off part اللي هن المربعات صغيرات, these small squares. We subtracted it from the area of the rectangle, and then we wrote the area of the shaded part, and we made it equal to this. We started solving. After solving, x equals 1.5. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 16. These are very important questions because they have a lot of ideas and you have to study them well. And you have to understand them, not memorize them, because the ideas are changeable. They can change the numbers, they can change the shapes. You have to understand it instead of memorize it. Now, this one. A right angle triangle has length as shown. Find x. So we have length. This one, the length. Blah 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 blah. This is uh, let's say this is the longest one, which is the hypotenuse. These are the other ones. So we need to find x. How do we find x using this information? Basically, if we have lines only, it means we're gonna do what? We're gonna use Pythagoras. We're gonna use Pythagoras. How does Pythagoras work? Pythagoras works like this. We're gonna say a squared, this is the formula, equals b squared plus c squared. Now, this formula will help me find the value of x using these expressions. So which one is the A? The A is the longest line. يعني هيكون أطول line في التراينجل اللي هو هذا. This is the A. And the other ones are okay to mix BC or BC, doesn't matter, as long as you got the A right. Now, first, A squared is going to be like this. So 5x in bracket, of course. Leave 5x times 5x, okay? 5x minus 1 bracket multiplied by another bracket, which is 5x minus 1. This is the meaning of A squared. I jumped into this. I don't have to write it and write squared on top of it because it's the same, okay? And then this will equal B squared, same idea. Let's take this. So 2 brackets 4x minus 3, 4x minus 3, multiplied by 4x minus 3. And then plus, same idea with the last one, 3x plus 2. So two brackets. Let's make it like this. Focus on the steps because they're very important. 3x plus 1, plus 2, I'm sorry. 3x plus 2. Now, I have the formula done. I have these put here, substituted instead of the letters. Now I'm gonna expand them. يعني هنجيل البارت of expanding. تمام? To find x using the expanding or the Pythagoras theorem. I'm gonna do the same steps. I'm gonna multiply first one by both, and then second one by both with all of them. Okay, so I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna do it here. And then at the end, we're gonna simplify to find the value of x. Okay, first by both, first by both. Okay, let's do this. Now, let's do this part. 5x times 5x is gonna be 25x power of 2. Let's do it here. And then 5x times negative 1 is gonna be minus 5x. And then this times this is gonna be minus 5x, same idea. And then negative 1 times negative 1 is going to be positive 1. And then we put the equal sign and do the rest of the expanding. So here 4x times 4x is going to be 4. 4 times 4 is going to be 16. X power of 2. Focus on the powers. And then we continue with this. So 4x power of 2, 16x power of 2. 4x times negative 3 is going to be negative 12x. And then same idea, negative 3 times 4x is going to be negative 12x. And then negative 3 times negative 3 is going to be positive 9. And then we have the plus sign. And then we multiply 3x times 3x is going to be 9x power of 2. Let's make it longer. The answer is a little bit longer, but you have to focus on the steps, okay? And then we continue with the expanding, not factorizing. So this one is 9x power of 2, and then 3 times 2 is going to be 6x, positive, of course. And then 2 times 3x is going to be positive 6x. 2 times 2 is going to be positive 4. And by that, we finished all the expanding of these brackets. Now we come to the simplifying part. Simplifying, as we said before, كما قلنا اللي زي بعضهم نشتغلوا مع بعضهم. These are the same on this side. So each side alone first, okay? These are the same with these. تمام? And then another shape I'm going to use for this and this. Same. And then the numbers or the constants are the same. تمام? So I'm going to make them together. So let's write the final answers here. So 25x power of 2. And then minus 5 is going to be minus 10x. And then plus 1 equals 16x squared plus 9x squared. So 16 plus 9 will equal what? Will equal 25. Very good. 25x power of 2. Like this. Focus on the numbers, okay? This one is done. Now we come to this one. Negative 12x minus 12x is going to be together minus 24x. Minus 24x. Sorry. Let's put it here. So negative 12 minus 12. Negative 12 minus 12. And then negative 6 plus 6. No, this is positive, right? I don't have negative here. I think it's positive. Yes, I can't see it, to be honest. Wait a minute. I can't see this. I think it's positive. We don't have negative here because this one is positive, positive, no negatives. Only these are negative, but these are positive, yes. I can't actually see it, but I think it's positive, yes. So negative 12, and then positive 6, positive 6. So negative 12, negative 12, positive 6, positive 6, and the answer is negative 12. So the final one will be negative 12x. Yes, I covered it so I can see it, yeah. So this one is for the x's. Now, after you finish the x's, you come to the constants, 9 plus 4. So 9 plus 4 is 13. So plus 13 like this. Okay. Now, after doing this, we're going to come to the last part, which is putting them on one side and putting the numbers here and the x's on the other side. Now, first, let's take this 25x squared to this side. Is going to be negative 25x squared. So here, negative 25x power of 2. Let's put it down here. Guys, can you hear me? Okay. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, Mister.
Yes.
Yes, Mister, we can hear you.
The problem is that I got to a step to finish the question, and now everything is lost. That's crazy.
Mister, I took a picture.
But you took a picture.
Yeah.
The whole thing go. به
Yeah.
به قولي لي وين وصلنا بس نكملوها هيك حتى بدون فيديو. I want
Okay, wait.
والله
I need to.
send it to me يا استاذ
I'll send it to you.
تقدر تدزيه على الشات انا I think so صح ترى
لا ما I took a picture of my phone يا مثلا مش من اللابتوب.
تمام هي خلاص لما توصل هنا I don't know why did it cut هي غريب عندي الكفر هذا okay you sent it on the phone no
Yeah.
then wait
If you want, I'll send it on the chat.
can you لأن ما زال بندزها
Yeah, wait.
قصة ترى it's
Wait.
but I'll take the information عادي لأن البيتشر مش هنقدر نشتغل عليها يعني ترى به مش مشكلة هناخد الانفورميشن اللي فيها لأن شنو لأن the Zoom meeting is almost finished so نحن وصلنا what is this what happened
مستر يعني انت تعود تحكي لها من البداية.
لا بنكمل منين وصلنا واجد من البداية هذا ونعدل يعني what is that اوكي انا هناخد النيات هنكتبها هنا اللي وصلنا لهم بس والباقي قاعد هو بترتيب في الفيديو اصلا Let me write it here ونعدل التكست اوكي لان ما زال في شوي طيب so we reached 25x squared تمام minus 10x plus 1 equals 25x squared is the yeah we reached this one okay it's already recording so it's okay 25x squared minus 12x okay so we reached this part تمام وبعدين after that we did the constants اللي هن 9 plus 4 will equal 213. Okay. Now what do? You take this one, 25x squared, to the other side is going to be minus 25x squared. So minus 25x squared. Okay. Now after you do this, you have to remove it from the other side باش ما تلخبط. Now you take the negative 12x to this side حتى هو. So make sure that you take all the x's to one side. You take the negative 12x هنا هتجد positive 12x. Positive 12x. Okay. And then you take the one to the other side because it's a constant, a number. هناخد جنب النمبر هذا. And it's going to be negative 1. It's going to be negative 1. Negative 1. Now the ones I took اللي هن ال 25x squared والنيجاتيف 12x والبلس 1 نحولها نشطبهم باش ما عادش نشتغل بين. Now I work out the ones I have at the same place. عندي هنا 25x squared minus 25x squared هتمشي بزيرو. تمام. And then I do this calculation, negative 10x plus 2x 12x هتقعد 2x. تمام. لأن 12 minus 10 هتقعد 2x. Here we have 13 minus 1 هتقعد 12. 13 minus 1 هتقعد 12. Now we divide by 2 لأن هناخد 2 by dividing to the other side. هتقعد عندي x equals 12 divide 2 معناها x will equal to 6. And this is how you solve a problem like this. So from the beginning طلعنا Pythagoras, اشتغلنا Pythagoras, and we said that this one squared will equal this squared plus this squared. And then we simplified as much as possible لعند وصلنا لمرحلة إن 2x equals 12. We divided all sides by 2, and then we got the answer, which is x equal 6. Now let's move on to another question. Idea of algebra is a little bit confusing, but you have to focus on the steps.